Hi, I'm Sean Gannon, and this is Minute Math. And today we're going to learn about differentiation, and we're going to apply the product rule. We're going to differentiate each function with respect to x. So if I was given this function, f of x is equal to negative 7x to the fourth plus 10x to the 2/5 power plus 8 times, second parentheses, x squared plus 10. Okay? Well, I see my big function here, I can really break down to be two littler functions, or smaller functions. The first one being f, next one g. And they're being multiplied together. Since f is being multiplied by g, I can apply the product rule when I take the derivative. So I have f prime of x here, I'm going to take the derivative, and I'm going to apply the product rule that's written right there. I repeat f, negative 7x to the fourth plus 10x to the 2/5 power plus 8, and I multiply that by g prime, the derivative of g, which comes out just to be 2x. Derivative of x squared is 2x, and the derivative of 10 being a constant is just 0. So now we have to add this to g, which is the next part of the product rule, x squared plus 10 times the derivative of f. So we have negative 7, all right, negative 7x to the fourth, we take the derivative of that. 4 times negative 7 is a negative 28. X, we subtract the exponent by 1 to be to the third power. Plus now, the 2/5 comes out up front, and 2/5 times 10, well really that comes out to be a 4, right? The 5 and 10 kind of cancel out, giving me a 2 up there, and 2 times 2 is 4, or 2 times 10/5 is 4. So we have 4x, now we subtract 2/5 by 1, which gives me a negative 3/5, okay? Then plus, at the end, derivative of 8, which is just 0, so we don't need that plus right there. I'm going to cancel that out, and there we go. So now we have our derivative, so now we need to distribute. We need to distribute this by multiplying everything out. So I'm going to rewrite my f prime of x here, and let's distribute. So negative 7x to the fourth times 2x is a negative 14x to the fifth power, excuse me. I'm going to add the exponent, so negative 7 times 2 is negative 14, and 4 plus the 1 up there is 5. So we have negative 14x to the fifth power, plus here 2 times 10 is 20. And we add 1 to 2/5 right there, right? There's a 1 up there. And 1 plus 2/5, well, 5/5 plus 2/5 is 7/5. So we have 7/5 right there. Plus now, 8 times 2x is 16x right there. Fantastic. So now we're going to add the next part. Okay, the next part we need to distribute again. So we have x squared times negative 28x to the third. And that gives us a negative 28x to the fifth power. Multiply the x squared again down here. All right, well, 4 plus 4x. Now we have to add 2 to negative 3/5, so it's really adding a 10/5 to that. And when we add a 10/5 to a negative 3/5, that should give us a 7/5, if I remember correctly, and that is, yeah, correct. So 7/5 there, right? So we have 4x to the 7/5 power. Now we distribute the 10 across, that's a negative 280, x to the third, and 10 times 4 is 40, plus 40, x to the negative 3/5. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to combine my like terms and have my highest degree first, okay? So we write f prime of x right here. Highest degree I see is to the fifth power, right here and there, or to the fifth power. So negative 14 plus a negative 28 is definitely a negative number. I don't see any of the fifth powers there, so it's a negative number. And the 8 plus the 4 gives me a 2, carry the 1, 42, I believe. 8, 42, 1, 3, 4, yeah. So I said, what, 40, I was 42? Yeah. 42 x to the fifth. That's combining these two right there. So now we have the next highest degree I see to the third power, okay? And there's the only one there, so it's a negative 280. Let's make it a minus sign, x to the third. Got that written down. And the next one here, well, I can either be 7/5, right, or x to the first power, and x to 7/5 is a higher degree. So we combine our 7/5. We have a 20 and a 4, right? 20x to the 7/5 and a 4x to the 7/5. 24 being the coefficient, so we add them together. 20 plus 4 is 24, x to the 7/5 power, and we can mark these two, showing that we've used them. Lastly, or not lastly, a last positive exponent, we have a plus 16x, the only one that's there, 16x. That's the only one I see, x to the first power. My last term here is has a negative exponent, so it's plus 40. And since it's a negative exponent, I'm going to rewrite this because this is my final answer now, to bring basically the variable to the denominator and make it a positive exponent. So we have x to the positive 3/5 power, and there we have it. We have our final answer here, final derivative, f prime of x is equal to a negative 42x to the fifth minus 280x to the third plus 24x to the 7/5 power plus 16x plus 40 over x to the positive 3/5 power. So let's recap. We're given our big function here. F of x is equal to, first parenthesis, which I labeled to be f, negative 7x to the 4th plus 10x to the 2/5 power plus 8, times my second parenthesis, which I labeled as function g, x squared plus 10. I then applied the product rule, as being f times g prime plus g times f prime, and then I distributed. After I distributed, I combined my like terms together and made my highest degrees written first, giving me my final derivative and answer here. F prime of x is equal to a negative 42x to the 5th minus 280x to the 3rd plus 24x to the 7/5 power plus 16x plus 40 over x to the positive 3/5 power.